Justice with Judge Mablean will be life, because in everything we do, it involves the law.
You came to court to testify about what you heard, what you saw, and what you know.
She's fair.
I don't have a hearing problem. This ear works good. This one works even better.
She's firm.
I'm not responsible for that ticket, and I'm not going to pay for it.
Who says you're not going to pay for it? I'll make that decision, not you.
She's honest.
What you have to say?
All I have to
Nothing.
say.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean. Renee Brown is suing her mother, Donda Brown, in the amount of $7,500. Ms. Brown claims her mother pulled out her hair when they got into a fight. Ms. Brown claims she shouldn't be blamed for the plaintiff's lack of hair.
All rise. Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Mablean presiding.
Right. You may be seated. In the matter of Renee Brown versus Donda Brown, mother and daughter having a fight, and now you want mama to pay $7,500 for you to get some reconstructive hair surgery. Is that right?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let me hear about that.
Your Honor, I'm suing my mother for $7,500 because there was an incident at my house where I came home early from work one day, and my daughter had a young man in the bedroom with her. And
How old is your daughter?
18. She was 18 at the time.
And is this the young lady that's seated over here?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's her name?
Shayna.
Okay. And then what happened?
So, Your Honor, I had already set rules that no guests were allowed into my home when I was not at home. And my daughter decided to bring the young man in anyway. So I asked him to leave. Me and my daughter began to argue verbally, and we started to scuffle. She got up in my face, and I braced back up on her, and I told her to back down. And she got up in my face again and put her hand in my face, and I just defended myself. We started scuffling.
What did you do when you just defended yourself? Tell me what you did. I'll determine whether it was defense or offense.
Your Honor, she put her hand in my face and pointed her finger into my face, and I moved her hand out of the way.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then she struck at me, and I hit her back.
She struck at you, or did she strike you?
She struck me. She hit me, and I hit her back. I actually pushed her, and she fell back. And she got up, and we just went at it again. And so she gets on the phone and called my mother and have my mother to come over for her to her defense. My mother come rushing over, and she jumps in, and my mother just pulls me by my hair. She could have pulled me by my shirt. She could have yelled, "Stop." But she pulled me by my hair, and she pulled so hard, she pulled several of my braids out of my hair, tore hair right out of my edges.
So you were wearing braids then?
Yes, ma'am.
And so that's the $7,500?
I have evidence here that shows the damages to my hair and the consultation I had with the surgeon.
How many braids did she pull out?
She pulled 6 out on the left side, and she pulled 3 braids out on the right side.
Well, this looks like a whole lot of hair missing, not just edges.
Your Honor?
Your mother didn't cause this much damage for that one particular
Your Honor,
time.
that's not the truth.
And it says the quote for the surgical procedure is this is for plastic surgery.
Yes, Your Honor. In order for me to start growing my hair back naturally, the implants would help my hair to grow back.
So implants. Your mother didn't pull all that hair out in that tug of war.
Ma'am, she did. She did. My hair was already thinning, but my hair had started to grow. My hair was fragile, but my hair was growing out. And she knew that already, and she decided to pull at my hair. And she pulled so aggressively, she just yanked, and the hair just came straight out.
All right, let me hear from Mother. You look like the sweetest little thing. What you talking about? You over here fighting somebody. Please.
Your Honor, my child, Renee, she's been a very abusive child all her life. I can't, there's nothing I could have done to raise her right. At 16, she had a child. She abuses her. She doesn't talk to her. She treats her like a kid. She can't have any company in the house, whether they're her friends from school or whatever, but she doesn't want any visitors in her house at all. So most of the time, she comes over to my house, and I help her with her homework and all that. This particular day, my granddaughter called me and said that her mother was going crazy, and she knows that something bad is going to happen. So I should please come over and see what's going on. When I got there, to my surprise, she was over her.
Who she was over her?
My daughter, Renee, was fighting with my granddaughter, and I was afraid. I didn't know what to do because it seemed like she was about to really hurt her. You know, the girl was on the floor, and she was over her, pounding her and all that. And so the only thing I could physically do was to pull her hair. Mind you, Your Honor, her hair has been thinning out for years. I have a thing here. This is to show you how her hair was. She was totally balding, I think, after she got pregnant.
Your Honor, that's not true.
And why is she wearing a wig right now? It's because she has no hair.
Your Honor, I texted her that picture when I was first going through hair loss. I texted her that picture.
That's what the point is. The hair loss isn't just begun.
But my hair, as you can see, my hair had filled in more than that.
It
since
has,
then.
but it didn't just begin. But I want to hear from daughter. Come up here, Shayna. Now, I noticed when the bailiff was swearing you all in, you sat there looking evil. So raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this court shall be the truth and the whole truth?
Yes, I do.
All right. Now, tell me what happened on this particular day with you and your mom, because Grandma came in on the end.
Your Honor, I am sick and tired of my mother completely just bringing up her childhood, saying that her mother mistreated her and that she was treated unfairly. Like, she blames the world for everything. Like, I haven't done anything wrong in her. I do the best I can. I just want a relationship with her. Like,
what do you mean you haven't done anything wrong? Were you at the house with a little boy, a young man, in the bed at your mama's house? Yes or no?
I was, but...
You was, but what?
Is this any different from what she did? Like, I'm not the kind of person to go out and get pregnant. That's her. She's worried that I'm going to end up like her.
Wait a minute. So because your mother got pregnant at 16, you are telling me, and it sounds like your grandmother said the same thing, that justifies your behavior?
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
I followed her rule most of the time. The guy who was over, we weren't doing anything. This is
Why is he in your bedroom in the bed?
We were watching a movie.
In the bed?
And later.
You thought she was another come and go?
Exactly.
But you got tricked and he married her?
Yep.
Well, you got surprised.
That
She's a
wasn't
gold
a
digger.
trick.
She's just looking to get
He
money
loved
and
me.
easy way
Oh,
out
you
of
think
life.
she's a gold digger?
She definitely is.
Justice with Judge Mablean. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Renee Brown, who is suing Donda Brown for $7,500.
Your mother says, this is my house. I pay the bills. You're 18, you're considered an adult. I don't want anybody at my house when I'm not here. If you want somebody to come over, why you just can't go get your own house?
Because I was 18. She has people over all the time.
I didn't ask you about your mother. That's her house. She can do whatever she wants to. Why don't you go get your own house is my question to you.
Well, I've moved out. I moved with my grandmother because she's a lot more fair than she is.
Okay, so that's because you think that you ought to be able to do what you want to do because you're 18 at your mother's house.
No.
Is that your belief?
I followed her rule most of the time. The guy who was over, we weren't doing anything.
Why is he in your bedroom in the bed?
We were watching a movie.
In the bed?
Yes.
You don't have a living room? You don't have a den? You don't have another room that has a bed that you can sit up straight with your clothes on?
At 18 years old, I should be able to have someone come over and watch a movie. It's innocent.
18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old, 50 years old. If you live in your mama's house or anybody else's house that is not yours and you're not paying the bills, you don't there's no such thing as I should be able to do what I want to do. That's why when you want to do what you want to do, you go get your own. You at mama's house.
Hello.
She gets to call all the shots.
Yes.
If you don't like it, then you got to leave. You have another choice. Don't live with her. You need to understand that not only in mother's house, but in anything where you're not in control. And you're not calling it. You get a job, the employer says you need to be here at 9 o'clock, you need to do X, Y, Z. I don't think that's fair. Life isn't fair. I'll be the first to tell you that.
Okay, I don't think she had a right to attack me, though. I didn't attack her first. She came in.
Did you put your finger in her face?
We were in an argument, so I didn't have it in her face. I went like this, and she grabbed me.
So why do you just not have the boy over? Why do you just tell him to leave before mama comes? Why couldn't that be an alternative? Leave before mama comes because she's going to be angry.
I was going to be honest with her, say, yes, I brought him over, but I should be able to have someone over if I want to.
Okay, let me tell you something. If you know a person is crazy, why are you going to set them off? That doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and
you need to tell your granddaughter that. Girl, you know your mama crazy.
She understands that. Yeah, she understands. That's
So
why
don't
she
do
comes
anything
over.
to upset her.
That's why she moved to work with me. So
Okay,
to get away
so-
from her mother.
Yeah. I'm not going to order your mother to pay $7,500 for no reconstructive surgery. I'm not going to do it. This is a horrible situation, and your mother was pulling you off the child because unfortunately the two of you are fighting, and she needed to pull you off. Now you got to live with that.
She could have pulled me by my
And
shirt.
you could not have knocked her down. If we're going to talk about shoulda, coulda, wouldas, she could not have had a boy over there. You could not have had her at 16. How far back we gonna go? How far we gonna go on this coulda, shoulda, or woulda? Now you all need to get into some family counseling and try to resolve all of these issues from the past.
We do.
And everything else, so you can become a family again. But I'm not ordering her to pay for your hair. Judgment for the defendant.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
You know, the judge touched on quite a few things that's been plaguing this family for a long time, and we won't be able to fix it in one day. But I'm willing to forgive. You know I love you, Mom.
You love me too. I know I can't take back what happened, but going forward, we will fix this. Okay? Okay. Love you.
Coming up.
How is she in the position to be able to sell it in the first place?
That's the thing. She's trying to sell it behind my back, but there's a...
What do you mean behind your back? Is your name on that property?
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. Lauren Ivanoff is suing her stepson Michael Rodriguez in the amount of $10,000. Ms. Ivanoff claims Mr. Rodriguez ruined the showing of her property to investors. Mr. Rodriguez claims he never intentionally scared the investors away.
This is the matter of Lauren Ivanoff versus Michael Rodriguez. Stepmother and stepson battle. You say that he deliberately sabotaged the sale of a property or the home that you were trying to sell, and you want him to pay you $10,000. Is that, what's the basis of the $10,000?
$8,000 for redoing the roof from this ugly painting that he has been done, and $2,000 for making my sellers go away and having me such a big problems with my property.
So did you give the sellers a $2,000? Did they give you a $2,000 deposit?
No, but
you said $2,000 because you lost the sale?
Yes, because I lost the sale.
Well, apparently you guys hadn't entered into an agreement yet, right?
We were.
Did you have a signed agreement for the purchase of the property, or were they just looking at it?
They were just looking, but he was going to buy it.
You don't know that, but in other words, so just tell me what happened.
So what happened? This guy just turned my life into hell. Since I married his father, he was always making me everything's terrible in my life. He broke my marriage, he ruined my life, and now he's trying to ruin my property.
How he ruined your life?
He ruined my life because he made me my husband to divorce me.
Your husband's a grown man. How did he make him divorce you?
See,
what did he tell your husband? What did he say?
He told my husband that I was cheating on him, going out and spending his money.
You were never
but you
home?
know what? I have the right to spend money because I'm the wife of the older person in this family.
So you weren't cheating on him?
Does it have to do anything with this case?
Apparently it does. He told Daddy.
Coming up.
You thought she was another come and go?
Exactly.
But you got tricked and he married her?
Yep.
Well, you got surprised.
That
She's a gold
wasn't a
digger.
trick.
She's just looking to get
He
money,
loved
an
me.
easy way
Oh,
out
you
of
think
life.
she's a gold digger?
She definitely is.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Lauren Ivanoff, who is suing Michael Rodriguez for $10,000.
What happened to your mother? They divorced or did you die?
No, my mother actually passed away.
Oh, okay. So you've been regretting these other women in your dad's life for a long time, huh?
Pretty much. I mean, they just come and go, and I thought she was
No,
going to
he
be
was
just
just thinking
the same.
And you thought she was another come and go?
Exactly.
But you got tricked and he married her?
Yep.
Well, you got surprised.
That
She's a
wasn't
gold
a
digger.
trick.
She's just looking to get
He
money
loved
and
me.
easy way
Oh,
out
you
of
think
life.
she's a gold digger?
She definitely is. She's trying to sell the house that I grew up in when my mom used to live there before she passed, and I mean, that house means a lot to me.
Okay, but
It
how is
means
she
a
in the
lot to
position?
party in
Hold
this
on
house.
a second. How is she in the position to be able to sell it in the first place?
That's the thing. She's trying to sell it behind my back, but there's a...
What do you mean behind your back? Is your name on that property?
No, but there is a stipulation in a contract that she agreed with my father that I could stay in that house till I was 25.
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
Why do you want to sell the property?
I wanted to sell the property because I'm going to move to the different state. That's the first reason. And the second reason that he's ruining the property.
How is he ruining the property?
You know what he did? He drew really big picture on the roof. Can you imagine that in our neighborhood, this ugly creation?
What kind of picture did he draw on the roof?
This is really scary.
Okay, you can tell me. What kind of picture did you draw on the roof?
I mean, it's art. I believe it
This is
represents
not the
life
art.
and death. It has the Grim Reaper. It has a ghost in the background. It has a snake slithering through it. It's all
You drew
distorted.
that, or you had someone to
I
draw
paid
it?
somebody to do it.
And why did you do that on the roof?
Thought it looked great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can
did you do
imagine?
that before or after the divorce?
Before.
Oh, so that was been there before the divorce?
Yeah.
So you're saying that you need to pay $8,000 to get this hideous, what you call hideous piece of art off the roof?
Of course,
So
I
you
cannot
want him to
sell
pay
the
you that?
house with that. Nobody wants to buy this ugly creation.
Okay, but you own the property. Why should he pay you to have something removed that you don't want on the property that allowed you to be able to sell your property?
Without anybody's permission, first.
Well,
Nobody.
first of all, when you got the property as part of the divorce settlement, it was already there, right?
Yes.
Yes? So now you own the property. As the owner of the property, you can sell it. You can sell it with that ugly picture on it. It may reduce the value, or you can sell it by getting it off. But the point is, if you want to get that roof repaired before sale, then you got to come up with the money. Or you can leave it like it is. But he's not required to give you anything. And you can't prove that he stopped the sale just because the people walked away. You didn't have, obviously you weren't in escrow yet, because if you were, you would have a different situation. So judgment for the defendant.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
I can't believe you're getting away with trashing my house. But at least now I can sell it and put it all behind me.
You're a liar and a cheater, and I hope you sell the house soon so I don't ever have to see you again.
This has been a